Let's get started with our first news. Islam Makhachev recently shared his honest reaction to seeing Conor suffer an unfortunate injury, and his comments surprised many fans. While the rivalry and competition inside the fight game are always intense, Islam made it clear that moments like these remind everyone that fighters are human first. No matter how big the event is, or how famous an athlete becomes, nobody wants to see a fight end because of an injury instead of the action inside the cage. Speaking about the moment, Islam admitted that he genuinely felt bad for Conor. He explained that although he believed Max was going to win the fight, that was not the kind of ending he expected. According to Islam, he had predicted Max would eventually get the victory, but he thought the contest would last much longer and give fans the exciting battle they had been waiting years to witness. Islam said he was expecting to see how Conor would perform after being away from competition for nearly 5 years. That long layoff made the matchup even more interesting, and many people were eager to find out whether Conor could still compete at the highest level. Instead, the fight came to a shocking end almost immediately after the injury occurred. For Islam, the disappointing part was that fans never got the opportunity to see the real contest unfold. He emphasized that it is always unfortunate when a fighter spends months preparing for a massive event, only for everything to end within the opening minute because of an unexpected injury. That is never the outcome anyone hopes to see. Although Islam remained confident that Max would have won the fight regardless, he stressed that he wanted to watch a true battle inside the cage. In the end, he simply expressed sympathy for Conor and disappointment that the fight ended before it had the chance to become the memorable showdown fans had anticipated. Move on to another news. Arman has officially sparked excitement across the MMA world after revealing that his next fight has already been booked. While the UFC has not yet made the matchup public, Arman hinted that the official announcement is coming very soon. His latest update immediately got fans talking, with many trying to predict who will be standing across the cage from one of the lightweight division's top contenders. Arman has been waiting for his return since earning an impressive second-round submission victory over Dan Hooker back in November 2025. That dominant performance reminded everyone why he remains one of the most dangerous fighters in the division. Since then, fans have been eagerly waiting for news about his next opponent, and it now appears that the wait is almost over. Sharing the update with his followers, Arman wrote that the time is almost here and that the UFC will announce his next fight very soon. He also teased fans by saying that everyone should guess who will be standing opposite him, or whether the promotion has a big surprise waiting for everyone. That message instantly fueled speculation throughout the MMA community, with several potential opponents being mentioned by fans and analysts. Although Arman chose not to reveal any additional details, his confidence suggests that the agreement has already been finalized and that only the official announcement remains. With the lightweight division packed with elite contenders, there are plenty of exciting possibilities, making the upcoming reveal even more anticipated. Meanwhile, another important update has emerged involving Michael Morales. The rising contender has confirmed that he will serve as the official backup fighter for the upcoming title fight. That means if either scheduled competitor is forced to withdraw before fight night due to injury, illness, or any unforeseen circumstances, Michael Morales will be ready to step in and keep the championship bout intact. For now, all eyes remain on the UFC as fans eagerly await the official confirmation of Arman's next opponent and prepare for another major announcement in the coming days. Move on to another news. A major update has emerged regarding the UFC 330 welterweight title fight, as Michael Morales has officially confirmed that he will serve as the backup fighter for the championship clash between Islam and Ian Gary. It is a huge opportunity for the undefeated contender, who now finds himself just one step away from competing for UFC gold if anything unexpected happens before fight night. Speaking during an interview with Danny Segura TV, Michael Morales revealed that the UFC has already explained the situation to him. According to Morales, the promotion told him that he needed to stay ready and wait for the outcome of the title fight between Islam and Ian Gary because his opportunity could come at any moment. Rather than scheduling another opponent, the UFC has chosen to keep him prepared as the official replacement for the championship bout. Morales explained that his current responsibility is simple. If either Islam or Ian Gary is unable to compete, Whether because of a failed weight cut, an injury, illness, or any other unforeseen issue, he will immediately step into the main event. That means he must complete a full training camp, remain in excellent condition, and be prepared to fight on extremely short notice if necessary. The undefeated contender appeared completely confident about the assignment. Instead of expressing frustration over having to wait, Morales made it clear that he understands the position he is in and is willing to stay patient. He knows that opportunities like this do not come around often, especially when a UFC championship is involved. Morales also shared that the UFC told him there are only two possible outcomes. The first is that something happens before the title fight, allowing him to replace one of the competitors and compete for the welterweight championship immediately. The second scenario is that the scheduled fight takes place without any issues, in which case he simply waits for the winner and receives the next title shot. For Morales, there is no reason to look elsewhere for another matchup. He believes he has already earned his place in the title picture and does not see any benefit in taking an unnecessary fight that could delay his championship opportunity. His focus is now entirely on remaining healthy, making weight, and being ready if the UFC calls. With UFC 330 approaching, Michael Morales is preparing as if he will be fighting for the belt. Whether he steps into the cage on short notice or waits for the champion afterward, he is convinced that his next appearance will be for the UFC welterweight title, and nothing is going to distract him from that goal. Move on to another news. Sean Strickland recently opened up about what goes through his mind when a fight is slipping away from him, giving fans an honest look into the mentality of a fighter who refuses to quit, even when he knows the odds are stacked against him. His candid comments revealed just how much mental toughness is required to keep pushing forward inside the octagon, especially when victory seems almost impossible. Speaking during an interview, Cian explained that when he realizes he is losing a fight and taking heavy damage, his first priority is making sure he does not get finished. No matter how difficult the situation becomes, he refuses to give up or mentally check out. Instead, he tells himself to stay composed, keep defending himself, and continue fighting until the very end. According to Sean, there is always one thought that remains in the back of his mind. Even if he feels like he has already lost every round, he still believes there is a small chance that everything could change with a single moment. In mixed martial arts, it only takes one clean punch, one perfectly timed strike, or one unexpected opening to completely change the outcome of a fight. He admitted that even when he knows he is behind on the scorecards, he keeps his hands up, stays focused, and hopes that opportunity will eventually appear. That belief is what keeps him moving forward instead of accepting defeat before the final bell. For Sean, as long as the fight is still going, there is always a reason to keep trying. When asked whether that strategy had ever actually worked in his career, Sean responded with his usual sense of humor. He laughed and admitted that whenever he has been getting badly beaten, he has never suddenly turned the fight around with a lucky shot. Instead, he joked that he usually just keeps getting hit until the fight is over. Despite the joke, his answer highlighted an important truth about the mindset of elite fighters. Even when they know the fight is not going their way, they continue searching for any opening that could change everything. That determination is what separates high-level competitors from everyone else. Rather than quitting or accepting defeat, Sean believes in fighting until the very last second, regardless of the scorecards or the punishment he is taking. His comments offered fans a rare glimpse into the mental battle that takes place inside every fighter during difficult moments, proving that heart, determination, and resilience remain just as important as physical skill inside the octagon. Move on to another news. Paddy Pimblett recently shared some entertaining behind-the-scenes footage from UFC 329, giving fans a fun look at an unexpected meeting with Jon Jones. The lighthearted interaction quickly caught attention across the MMA community as the two fighters exchanged compliments, shared laughs, and even joked about Daniel Cormier. As soon as Paddy spotted Jon Jones backstage, the two greeted each other warmly and immediately started chatting. The atmosphere was relaxed, with both fighters showing plenty of mutual respect. It was clear that despite competing in different divisions, they have admired each other's careers for a long time. During the conversation, Paddy mentioned that he had recently spent time with Daniel Cormier. Laughing, He joked that he felt like he was playing both sides because he had been hanging out with DC before now meeting Jon Jones. The comment instantly brought smiles, considering the legendary rivalry between Jon and Cormier that defined an era of the UFC. Jon handled the joke with confidence and humor. He explained that he has no problem with DC because, in his own words, he was the one who won. The response was delivered with a laugh, showing that he was comfortable joking about one of the biggest rivalries in MMA history. The conversation then shifted to fighting skills. Jon mentioned that when he had previously been asked which fighter's abilities he would want to have, Paddy had chosen his wrestling. Jon thanked him for the compliment, while Paddy admitted that he wished he possessed wrestling skills at that level. It was a respectful exchange between two athletes who clearly appreciate each other's strengths. Jon continued praising Paddy, describing him as a great personality and an exciting fighter. He also joked that he was an even bigger fan of the version of Paddy when he was out of competition and carrying extra weight. The playful comment had everyone nearby laughing, and Paddy responded in the same lighthearted spirit. Paddy then recalled meeting Jon many years ago, saying they had taken a picture together around 2010 or 2011 during a fan expo in Birmingham in the United Kingdom. Jon smiled after hearing the story and congratulated Paddy on everything he has achieved since then, telling him he was proud of how far he had come in his career. The two continued joking about Paddy's nutritionist and his weight-cutting process before wrapping up their conversation. The backstage meeting was filled with respect, humor, and genuine appreciation, giving fans another memorable moment from UFC 329 and showing that even some of the biggest stars in the sport can enjoy a friendly conversation behind the scenes. Move on to another news. There has been a major shakeup ahead of UFC 330, as another fight has officially been canceled. Jeff Neal has withdrawn from his scheduled welterweight bout against Chidi Njokuani, leaving the August 15th fight card without one of its anticipated matchups. At this time, the UFC has not revealed the reason behind Neal's withdrawal, and fans are still waiting for an official explanation. Although the cancellation is disappointing, UFC matchmakers have already begun working to find a replacement opponent for Chidi Njokuani. The promotion is determined to keep him on the card, and efforts are reportedly underway to secure another welterweight competitor as quickly as possible. As of now, there has been no announcement regarding who could step in to replace Jeff Neal. Until the UFC provides an official update, fans can only wait for confirmation on both the reason for the withdrawal and the identity of a new opponent. More information is expected to become available in the coming days as the event draws closer. In another major development, former UFC fighter Anthony Smith appeared before a judge following his recent arrest on multiple felony charges. According to court proceedings, Smith is facing allegations that include domestic violence causing serious bodily injury, terroristic threats, and first-degree false imprisonment. These are serious accusations, and the legal process is only beginning. During the hearing, the judge set Anthony Smith's bond at $500,000. If he is able to post bond, he will be released while awaiting trial, but only under strict conditions ordered by the court. Those conditions reportedly include having no contact with his wife, Makhachev Smith, remaining within the state unless he receives permission to travel, and avoiding any additional legal trouble while the case moves forward. Authorities have not yet released detailed information explaining what allegedly took place before the arrest. However, the court's no-contact order involving his wife has led to speculation that she may have been connected to the alleged incident. At this stage, though, investigators have not publicly disclosed the specific facts surrounding the case. It is important to remember that these allegations have not yet been proven in court, and the legal proceedings are still ongoing. Anthony Smith remains entitled to the legal process as the case continues to develop. If convicted on all 3 felony charges, Anthony Smith could face a sentence of up to 26 years in prison. For now, the MMA community will continue monitoring both the legal proceedings involving Anthony Smith and any further updates regarding the last-minute change to the UFC 330 fight card. Move on to another news. Jon Jones recently shared his thoughts on how he would match up against Khamzat, and his answer showed both confidence in his own abilities and respect for one of the most dangerous fighters competing today. While discussing hypothetical matchups, Jon was asked whether a prime version of Khamzat could defeat the very best version of himself. Before comparing the two, Jon made it clear that he believes Khamzat is capable of beating any fighter in the world if he enters a fight with the right mindset. He praised Khamzat's mentality, skill set, and overall ability, describing him as a serious threat to everyone in the sport. According to Jon, very few fighters possess the complete package that Khamzat brings into the octagon. However, when the conversation turned to a matchup between their prime versions, Jon could not help but laugh before giving his honest opinion. He explained that he has tremendous respect for Khamzat, but he also remembers exactly how dominant he was during the peak of his own career. Jon reflected on the qualities that made him such a difficult fighter to beat. He pointed to his dynamic kickboxing, explosive wrestling, dangerous submission game, outstanding cardio, incredible physical strength, and unshakable confidence. He said every aspect of his game came together perfectly during those years, making him the absolute best fighter for a reason. At the same time, Jon admitted that he is no longer competing at that same stage of his career. He acknowledged that he is now approaching 40 years old and understands that every athlete eventually moves beyond their physical prime. Despite that reality, he remains proud of everything he accomplished during his peak years inside the octagon. Even after backing himself in a prime versus prime matchup, Jon ended his comments by once again praising Khamzat. He described him as a problem for anyone who has to face him, and said he is grateful not only to call Khamzat a friend, but also to be one of his biggest fans. His comments balanced confidence with respect, highlighting both his belief in his own legacy and his admiration for one of today's most feared competitors.